Hello, students. So I just wanted to go over what we've been talking about in class the last couple of days. I know many of you have had to be gone due to some different health concerns and immunizations and things like that. So just so that you're able to keep up with us, we've been doing a lot of little things this week, and then next week we're really going to dig into one particular story. But for now, I'm going to go over what it takes to make a plot diagram, and then also how to summarize something based off of that plot diagram. Okay, so the tricky thing is I tried to scan in a plot diagram and it ended up sideways, so please bear with me as we figure this out. You're going to need two materials right now. You're going to need a pencil and you're going to need a blank page in your notebook. Okay, so first of all, when you are looking at your notebook, I want you to write elements of plot at the top of your page, please. Okay, and let's see here. The first thing that you're going to write down, there are 6 different elements of plot. The first one is the exposition. This introduces the characters and the setting. The second thing is the inciting incident, which introduces the main conflict. It sets the story in motion. The rising action, this is like at least 3 events. Okay, so this is that mountain thing that begins adding to the action or problem. And then the climax, this is the most exciting part of the story, where the conflict is the strongest and you're like, oh my word, what's going to happen next, okay? The falling action is what's right after that, and this goes pretty quick. Like if you're watching a movie, the amount of time from the climax to the falling action is like not very long at all. And then after that, the resolution is how everything is resolved or solved and how the characters have changed, okay? I'm going to try to pull up this plot diagram. I don't know if I'm going to be able to flip it sideways. It doesn't look like I will be able to, but, yeah, tools. Never mind. It's not going to work. So if you take a look at this plot diagram though, maybe I'll just go back to my big screen here. If you take a look at this plot diagram, I took the Pixar plot diagram from Mike's New Car. So this is linked on your Canvas agenda, and it's also found on YouTube. It's like a 3 to 5 minute video. It's an animated video based off of Monsters, Inc. Okay, so this right here is my exposition. This is going to tell me the characters and the setting. So Mike and Sully are the characters, and the setting, we didn't remember what it was called, so we just said Monster Town in class. Okay, the next thing is this inciting incident. This is that little crook in the mountain, and it sets everything in motion. Okay, so in this case, Mike gets a new car. If Mike hadn't got a new car, there would not have been any conflict or any problem. Okay, now we're going up the rising action right here. So these 3 points are the rising action. First of all, they can't even figure out how to buckle their seatbelts. Because of that, Mike gets locked out of his brand new car. Okay, and he tells Sully, he says, push that button, and there's like a bajillion buttons. And so then Mike actually gets stuck under the hood in a very dramatic twist of fate. Okay, and the climax of the story is when Mike's car goes crazy and out of control. And if you've watched this Pixar film, they're just literally just rocking back and forth in the car. Sirens are going off. Things are going awry. Okay, now this is your climax. Okay, we have our falling action here, which is where Mike kicks Sully out of the car. And then Mike ends up crashing the car and all the wheels fall off. Don't worry though, the resolution, even though Mike was a total jerk to Sully, Sully still catches him like a true friend. Okay. Now I'm going to hold this up. I want you to pause the video and I want you to copy this down in your notes so you have an example to go from. Okay. Next, now that you've copied that down in your notes, we're going to talk about summarizing. So when you are summarizing, sorry, this is our PowerPoint from today. When you are summarizing, you have to, first of all, create a plot diagram. So in your notes, I want you to write the word summarizing pretty big at the top. And then step 1, create a plot diagram. Guess what? We've already done that. Pause this video as needed to copy this down. Step 2, examine the plot diagram. You don't have to write all this good stuff, just write number 2, examine the plot diagram. So, taking a look at the plot diagram, what is the theme or main lesson learned by the main character? So, in this case, it's definitely about how trying to show off is not actually going to work out well for you in the end, as is Mike's case. And he got a little prideful, and as a result, he was very embarrassed when things didn't go the way he wanted to. Now, also ask which characters are most important to the story and which events are most important to the plot. You might see that I actually went through and highlighted some of the events that I thought were most important to the plot. Now, there's also some details that you can leave out without changing the whole story, okay? So I'm going to show you how I did this on a Microsoft Word document, maybe. Here we go. So Mike's new car. Important characters, Mike and Sully. Relevant events, new car purchase, almost too advanced, can't figure out how to operate it, goes crazy, out of control. Mike kicks Sully out because he's embarrassed and angry. He crashes the car, and then Sully catches him like this, despite how frustrated Mike was with him a moment earlier. Irrelevant details, these are details that don't matter. So, can't buckle seatbelts, gets locked out. Gets stuck under the hood, wheels fall off. Those things we can put all together in one bunch, and that's up here where it says it's almost too advanced. They can't figure out how to operate it, okay? So, now, step 3 is, oh, what happened here? I need to go back to my Chrome. Here we go. Step 3 is to write the summary. So in your notes, write step 3, write the summary. In our class, I will not ask you to write a summary that's longer than 1 paragraph unless you're summarizing a whole book for something, okay? So if you're summarizing a 2-page article, your summary should not be 3 paragraphs. It should just be 1 paragraph or less. Here is my example of that. Good grief, maybe. If I can find it. Okay, so here's my example of, here we go. The summary, the first summary that I wrote. Mike Wazowski, not sure how to spell it, so I just guessed, wants to take Sully for a ride in his newly purchased car that's almost too advanced. This is proved when he can't figure out how to operate it. Eventually, Mike kicks Sully out of the car because he's embarrassed and angry before crashing it. Sully catches him despite how frustrated Mike was with him a moment earlier. This proves that trying to impress people will likely make you look like a fool eventually. Take out your notebook. Make sure this is copied down as an example summary. Okay, now here is the 3rd step. Okay, so the 3rd step is going to be to write the summary, and then now write your 4th step. So number 4 is to reread the summary. Does it make sense to someone who's never read the story before? Do I have any irrelevant details that can be cut out? And is it concise? So if somebody has never seen Mike's new car, can they go back and read my summary and know what's going on? So this is an example. So this is my summary. This is my summary rewritten. When you turn your summary into me, and I'll explain that in just a second, you need to show step 3 and step 4. You have to show me both of them in order to get full credit, okay? So as you can see here, I'll upload this as well, but instead of saying his newly purchased car that's almost too advanced, I literally just said new and advanced car. And it means the same thing, but it's more concise, okay? So now what your task is to create a plot diagram, examine the plot diagram, write the summary, and reread it. You are going to be doing this for the Partly Cloudy that's linked on the Canvas agenda, okay? And I will also link in Mike's new car because it looks like I forgot to do that. So then the lights just went off in the room. So it's time for me to wrap up. As always, please, please, please email if you have any questions at all. And I'm also available to do a Microsoft Teams meeting with you guys if you need any help, either after school or between 12:15 and 1 o'clock, which is my planned period every day. So hope to see you all soon.